then we are going to do whatever it takes to ensure that the victims are compensated properly. I must admit that having looked into the circulation of social media and having also asked about the money that is still there, the committee confirms to me that progressively they've been giving out money, and they've been giving out money to the victims and even the families that have continued to be identified, and even those that are still in the hospital, and they've been progressively doing that. They have also indicated to me that there is still money that are yet to be dispatched, and in the process of this, we have borders that were affected, and they have indicated to me that they are also in the plans of giving out money to the borders, those are affected, and also dispatching money to those who were not been given. To address this, I'm taking an immediate action, and before I do that, I want to confirm here to the public that I had said the hospital bills will be met by the county government of Kericho. The position is still the same. That is a commitment from me as the governor of this county. The medical expenses, and what I mean by expenses, I mean the treatment of the patients. We have patients in the hospital, you know, normally you pay for the doctor, you pay for the beds, and we have continued to say, and I still indicate here today, that medical bills will still be met by the county government of Kericho. Those that were in the mortuary, we waived the mortuary fee, we waived it to zero, and there is no money that families paid or that were paid for the same, because we waived more than 2 million at Londiani Hospital. It is therefore then, based on the circulation that has been there in social media, I would wish to indicate as the governor today that there is no money that should be paid to Londiani Hospital or Kericho Rivaro Hospital. The money belongs to the victims, it belongs to the survivors. And I have directed today to the committee that they need to step out, make sure that whatever money they still have be paid immediately and promptly to the families. To address this, and for us to be fair and to understand this, I'm taking immediate action, and before that action, I've also heard that the tents are supposed to be paid. The fundraiser and the event that we organized was not to pay for the tents. The tents belongs to the county government of Kericho. And I have equally directed the committee, because they have the money, they are not paid out, to be able to release the money that is said is for tents, because the county government of Kericho is the one to pay for the tents. This is not a broke county, this is a very rich county. And you cannot have a county where we'll be able to source for tents and then, you know, we go for fundraiser to pay for the tents. No. So I have equally directed that the money that is said is for the tents to immediately be given to the victims and the survivors. As to whether this money was lost or not, I am taking then an immediate action today by forming an audit list. I thank the assembly. The assembly have already created an ad hoc committee. For me as the governor, I also want, and today I'm forming a committee, so that after the closure of the committee work, which I've given them a deadline of Wednesday next week, they come into action and do a thorough audit and review and give us a report on how this money was paid, if all the victims have received the money, and if all that were meant for the funds were used appropriately. Talking as the governor cannot talk propaganda. So what I've just said is that money for the tents, money for the medical expenses is met by the county government of Kericho. And the money should go back to the victims as it was indicated earlier on. You've asked me about the deputy governor, that he was in the government. I don't think, the work of the deputy governor is to assist the governor. That is the work of the deputy governor. I expect the deputy governor to come with a report, because these are people working under me, to come with a report and say, look, governor, there's a problem here and here, and I think here and here is his way. Then we look together as how to sort it. But you see, we don't, as government, we don't go prosecuting government issues in funerals. It is the most weird way of sorting government issues. Because government has cabinet, it has structures on how to relate. So the lesser I comment about the deputy governor, the better it is. Yeah. What happened is that because now issues has been raised, right? It is only fair for me that this committee, we get another independent committee to do an audit. And it's a usual government process. The audit is that they're able to tell us now the work of that car, because issues has been raised, isn't it? And when issues has been raised, you don't dismiss the issues. What you do now, you move further and show leadership. And that is why this committee will be able to look into the works of that committee and tell us was money really misused or not. And if they're able to come and say, yes, we have found out the money was misused, then I can tell you from there now, we begin to charge. In fact, the question of suspending or the question of sacking those who are involved is too low. What we need is to prosecute them. Yep.